Welcome to a very special interview with CEO of Artisan Home Resorts, Rick Pendleton. I want to thank you for being here, Rick. Welcome.
Thank you, Crystal. How you doing?
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I am an artisan through and through, and I am so proud of the work and how we are transforming estates using this intelligent and creative process. Tell us a little bit about your vision for this company and how it got started.
Well, it got started, about 12, 15 years ago. I was heavily involved in construction. I saw a lot of disconnect in construction, the end result of a project which should come together. And my background is in art and music, and I always loved painting and drawing, so I decided to kind of recapture that passion of drawing and design and so forth. And I started doing designs, and I decided that I wanted to be more in control of having the outcome of the project look like it was intended to look in the vision that the people had.
It sounds like you were dreaming bigger, deeper, more vibrant than perhaps some of your counterparts, and you wanted to have more control in really making this vision come to life. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, designing, drawing, and painting is creating, right?
Right.
And that's where your imagination comes in. I like using my imagination to conceptualize things and make things, envision something and then make it come to life.
And imagination, I hear it from you all the time. The only thing that is limited is truly imagination, but there is no limit to the imagination of what you can design and create for this home resort. So you're really creating home resorts and transforming these estates one by one using this creative and intelligent process. Tell me about kind of who's a typical client that you work with, Rick?
Typical clients are a lot of them are a lot of people in the high tech industry. They're software engineers, people that founded their own companies, people that have gotten to a place in their life where now they can realize their dream and be able to afford to hire the right people to create this dream that they've always had for their families.
Oh, so good. Okay, now lead me to kind of maybe one of your recent clients that you've worked with. What was one of their goals and when they met you?
Well, one of their goals was for their family to entertain not just their friends, but also their kids and their family members, so that they could have a place where they could have everybody come in one location. They know where everybody is. They feel safe where everybody's at, and they have a real good time with the family.
Awesome. Okay, so this sounds like somebody who has several kids and is very affluent, living in the Silicon Valley region and wanting to do multi-generational entertaining, right? They want to have children's parties that are going to blow the neighbors away, and they're going to want to have adult parties that are going to blow the neighbors away, right? Well, talk to me a little bit about what you did to help them, or excuse me, what were some of the challenges they had when they wanted to achieve that?
Well, the Jensens hired somebody that was not quite familiar with the Los Altos Hills Building Department requirements. So they engaged with Artisan to kind of solve that problem, to get the job moving, accelerate it. So we took over the project for them, and we dealt with the city, we dealt with all the requirements, building and planning, which is very extensive over there in Los Altos Hills. And it's not our first rodeo, so we've done these before over there, so we're familiar with the requirements and what the process is to get that going. And then working with them and creating getting a handle on what their vision was, or help them create the vision.
Yes.
And their end goal to be able to have a place to entertain their friends and family and their kids. That's what we did. We came up with a great plan and design for them, and created animation for them as well, just so they could see what it was going to look like before it gets built.
Wow. Okay. So this sounds like it had a family who hired somebody who maybe was good at what they did, but they didn't know the city planning department for their district. So this is a really big deal. So if you're out there and you're a homeowner and you're wanting to get started on your vision, you need to work with somebody like us at Artisan Home Resorts who knows your specific planning department. It sounds like that was a really big obstacle for this family. Is that right?
That's correct. It was. And so we dealt with that. We solved that problem, and we got through it, and we got their permits approved, and we're off to the races now.
Oh, fantastic. Now, it sounds, from working together for all these years, really looking at the easy kind of 1, 2, 3 of this, you work with the client and you start with this family in particular and kind of identifying those property restrictions, right? What comes after that? What's the next step?
Once you get through that, as your work, you actually do it in parallel. You work on that process along with also developing the vision of what the project is going to look like. So you develop the design and you identify what the cost is, and you share those ideas with the client, and then you develop the animation, and then you present the animation to them.
Oh my goodness. Now the animation is so important, Rick. I mean, this is where you get to actually show the client, breathe life to their vision, and you can even take them through the whole day, right? Talk about kind of what goes on in terms of how does this help the client? Once you've given this incredible animation, how does this help improve their life, their project, their home, their family?
Well, the animation is the fun part because a lot of people they can extrapolate to a certain point looking at blueprints, and the blueprints is great. And we have great, phenomenal designs and details sectionals in our construction plans, which is very important into quality control and making sure that you build what you're supposed to build. Right?
Right?
It's what holds us all accountable is the blueprints, the plans. But when you take those and you build from those plans an animation and layers of what this thing's going to look like, what it will really look like during the day, during the evening time. So we actually create like a little mini movie, if you will, like a movie trailer.
Yes.
And we also on some of our actually most of our presentations, we write our own music. We put music to the animation, so we kind of the whole thing moves in together, and it allows them to experience their property. First, we open up the scene where we do a drone flyover of what is existing in real time. We show them how it looks today, and then it suddenly it transforms on the screen and goes into this to their finished landscape and garden and pool and water features and fire on the fire pit and they're wished into this new world of their own home, right?
Yes.
And you take them through the fly through, and you're going through the garden, you're going through the patio and the house, and the music's playing, and then the sun goes down, and then the shadows start to cast, and then the landscape lights come on, and you see the fire from the fire pit. And this just takes you through this magical experience of their own home. And they're thinking, that's our house. And they just can't believe it, that's our home. That's what it's going to look like. And the kids get excited. The mom, the dad get excited. It's really a great, fun thing to do for them.
Oh, wow. So this is so powerful for the family itself. I mean, not only do they get to see it come to life and see their property, but this is also making sure that you have a chance with the client to decide, do they want good? Do they want great? Do they want excellent, right? Where are they going to splurge? And really, what do we need to include in the permits, and really staying on budget as well? Is that right?
That's correct. So, I mean, seeing is believing, they say. So
Yeah.
it's hard for us to be motivated sometimes without a vision. We all need a vision.
Yeah.
That's what helps us get up in the morning and do what we do, what we believe in.
Yes.
And the vision kind of confirms that. So based when they have a lot to do with that. The interviews with them, the sit down meetings, getting all that important information from them, what's important to them, what's priorities to them, gets
Yeah.
translated into the drawings and gets translated into the animation, and that's hitting the target. Really,
Yeah.
that's so important. It's also a good, useful tool to control the project because when you work with various suppliers or subcontractors or contractors, they need to know what the vision is too, not just the blueprints, but it's nice for them to see the end result. The two are married together. They have to be in parallel. Okay.
Yeah, wow. And this really steps into it. I mean, what we're talking about today is actually doing the 3D animation work, but you also do the actual kind of project management where you're the conductor of this orchestra and coordinating engineering and permits and subcontractors. Talk to me a little bit about that as well, and how we do that.
Well, there has to be one center of command. There has to be. You can't have five different people doing different things for the same project. You have to have one central command that orchestrates these things and coordinates these things. It just works so much better to do it that way. And that's what Artisan likes to do. We like to be in charge of the entire project And the clients, we report to the clients that they are the CEOs, and we give them data, good information, and keep them up to date on things. And so this what helps the project immensely to do it this way.
Wow, this is so good. Now, what I hear from you is that, if you're actually taking people from having an idea, taking it into vision, and then actually even being able to implement this for the clients who are ready to have their home resort. So I just want to say to anybody out there who's watching, if you have something that has really inspired you, you have a vision that you want to see come to life, let us know. We actually have this questionnaire that will walk you through everything that you may be interested in so that we can really start creating the animation. Rick, talk to us about how this questionnaire would inform somebody who's out there and wants to see their vision come to life. Why should they do the questionnaire?
Well, the questionnaire is really important because it allows us to get inside their thinking, the things that are important to them. The questionnaire, we designed it very similar to like when you fill out your vacation plans. It's a very fun questionnaire. It's very visual. They're fun questions. There's no right or wrong answers here. They're just straightforward. Hey, what's your favorite color? Would you like to go on vacation? What's your favorite architectural style you like? These are things that are just real straightforward, honest questions, and allows them just to answer it really effortlessly and get that to us, and helps the Artisan team design within those parameters. It really helps us quite a bit and make sure that we hit the target with them.
Absolutely. So you take the guesswork out of it. They don't have to know it all right now. You have a process in place that's going to get them through from concept into actual deliverable, this movie, this 3D animation of their property and how the sun will set and rise on every little detail of their project. So
that's right.
Wonderful. So if you're out there and you're struggling to want to get started, or if you've hired somebody who doesn't know your planning department, or if you have a vision and is not able to be realized because you just simply don't know how to get started or what it's going to look like, or there's just too much unknown, Rick Pendleton and us here at Artisan Home Resorts, we will be able to walk you through this entire process. The first step that we'll do is we'll work with you to figure out the limitations and restrictions on your property. The second thing we're going to do is really get clear and create your vision and your concept and your design and the passion that will be in each of the details of your project. And of course, the associated budget. And then the third thing we'll do is help move you into implementation, whether that means creating your animation or whether that means moving into construction. Whatever that means for you, that is what we're here for. So make sure you go ahead and fill out the link. We went ahead and dropped that in the comments so they have that. What else would you like to add, Rick?
Just don't be afraid to explore the possibilities. This is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to really get it right. Don't hold back. Ideas are great to share. Don't be afraid to explore those great ideas, and we'll help them do that. It really allows them to really get it right. This is the first time, you know what I mean? Rather than the second, third time. You want to get it right the first time.
Oh my goodness, so good. So all they have to do is just focus on their vision, right? The part they do know, and that this is where you'll take them through so they can get it right, right? And you'll cover the rest and manage the details.
Yeah, we'll take care of all that stuff. As far as their biggest struggle is somebody that can deal with their local building departments, help them realize what the possibilities are. Help them arrive at what type of plants should we use here? What type of where should we put the outdoor fireplace or the outdoor fire pit? How we can use the space? We deal with all that. We will help them arrive at those things. That's what we do. We do it very, very, very well. And just engage us, and we'll take them through it.
Oh, awesome. And I just want to say again, from the beginning of your design phases, if you just need that 3D rendering, we are here to do that for you. If you need help navigating the engineers or the city planning department or maintaining the entire budget, that is what Rick does. This is what we live, breathe, eat, and sleep, is really being the conductor to the orchestra and saving you precious time and money. So this is your opportunity, as Rick said, a once in a lifetime to have your design come to life. Please reach out, fill out the questionnaire, questionnaire, and let's get connected and set up that courtesy call to start discussing how we can make your vision come to life. Because imagination is limitless, and there is no limit to what Artisan can design and create for your home resort. So I want to say thank you, Rick, for being here today and
Thank you,
talking with
Crystal.
us. And I want to say thank you for everybody who watched live. We do have a comment here from our dear John Anderson, who says, awesome info and thanks so much. So very special. Thank you so much, John. We'll go ahead and comment back. And we want to say, if you have comments and you're watching a replay, please do comment below with what questions you have, or if you found this information helpful. And we have so much in store for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Crystal. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.